One of the biggest weaknesses on this Packers team this season has been the offensive line, and I think going into this year with Jordan Love, there was an idea that that would be one of the strengths. We've seen for the past few years that the Packers' pass blocking has been one of the best in the league. And when we look at the Packers' offensive line this season, the pass blocking honestly hasn't been that bad. It's really been the run blocking that has really harmed the Packers. And in Sunday's game against the Minnesota Vikings, Packers left tackle Rasheed Walker, 2022 7th-round pick, was benched for Yosh Nijman, who came in and filled in at left tackle. Of course, David Bakhtiari, after week 1, unable to play for the rest of the season. Rasheed Walker goes in and has been playing there for the past 5-6 games since Bakhtiari went down. And Matt LaFleur, after Sunday's game, had something to say regarding making this change potentially permanent. And so here it is, an article from Ryan Wood. He says this: Coach Matt LaFleur said the Green Bay Packers are contemplating making the change permanent before hosting the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. That's going to be up for discussion, I would say, this week, LaFleur said. So it looks like Rasheed Walker's time as left tackle could come to a close. He's been okay in pass protection, has allowed 14 pressures and 3 sacks. He has not been good when it comes to run blocking, and he's also made lots of different mistakes, penalties, one of which happened on Sunday. One of the first series, Jordan Love scrambles, nice play to Romeo Doubs, sort of after no receiver ran her out. Love scrambles, breaks away, nice play. Rasheed Walker was downfield blocking, I believe, penalty. And so there's just been some inconsistency there. He obviously isn't a very experienced player. And Yosh Nijman is a guy who this offseason the Packers decided to retain. He was a restricted free agent. The Packers gave him the second-round tender, which means they paid him about $4.3 million guaranteed. And up to this point, he had barely played, maybe 20, 25 snaps. And so in the offseason, he was competing with Zach Tom at right tackle. Zach Tom won the job. And so luckily the Packers do have another option at left tackle with Yosh Nijman going in there. And in this past game, Yosh played 50 snaps in that game versus the Vikings, 2 pressures and 1 sack allowed on 50 snaps at left tackle. So I think it's a wise move considering Rasheed Walker has been inconsistent. He is a young player. Maybe he just needs some more time to develop and grow. Where Yosh Nijman, he's been with the Packers since 2019 as an undrafted free agent. And the past 2 seasons, he started 21 games at both left tackle and right tackle. And so we'll see next Sunday if the Packers decide to go with Yosh Nijman. I think it would be wise to make the move and see if things change. But I think that just subbing in Yosh Nijman isn't going to fix these Packers offensive line issues. It's not like Rasheed Walker was the only problem. It's honestly been nearly every player on this Packers offensive line. Zach Tom has been the best player so far this year. When we look at the pass blocking grade, the Packers are the 4th highest pass blocking grade in the NFL per PFF. And Jordan Love is tied for 6th when it comes to least sacked quarterback in the league. So only sacked 2 times per week, which is the same as Seattle and Detroit. So the pass blocking, honestly, hasn't been that bad. It's been the run blocking where it's led to the Packers having the 21st ranked rushing attack when it comes to yards per rush at 3.8. Part of that has to do with Aaron Jones missing so much time. A.J. Dillon is only averaging 3.1 yards per carry. Aaron Jones at about 4.2. And last season, the Packers rushing attack was at 11th in the NFL, yards per rush at 4.6 yards per carry. And so I think that that's one of the reasons this Packers offense has struggled so much is because the running game isn't there, the run blocking isn't there, which makes the Packers pretty one-dimensional when they can't run the ball. I mean, they can't really pass the ball either. And so it's just led to a complete disaster this season for the Packers offense in the first year with Jordan Love. And we also, throw in the fact that we lost Mercedes Lewis, tight end, to the Bears, who is one of the best run-blocking tight ends in the league. And so far this season, the tight ends have not been great when it comes to run blocking. Luke Musgrave has been okay, 61.5 run-blocking grade per PFF. But if we look at the rest of the Packers tight ends, Josiah DeGuara, Tucker Kraft, and Ben Sims all have run-blocking grades in the 40s per PFF. So all in all, not a great year for the Packers in many aspects. Hopefully things turn around, and we'll see if they decide to go with Yosh Nijman once again this week. But if you would like more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below.